That's all.
Yeah.
Where it ends?
It starts. You want me to show you start or just there?
Ending.
You can change social change. This resistance to change, that mental resistance, that gives you dukkam sukham ityadi. That is called our reactions. That is called samsara. One says one should know the truth. There is
Okay.
samsara.
Okay, we'll play that on the after. Thanks.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Satgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavidvaram Manojavam Marudatulyabegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukhyam Sriramadootam Sirasa Namami Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagyavruddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Gridau Vande Bhagavantau Punaha Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha-jnanaika-murtaye Nirmalaya Prashandaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Satchitanandarupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Nilambujasyamalakomalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvamsanatham. We were seeing the 7th verse last time. So up to 7th verse, Shankaracharya's attempt was to wake us up from our spiritual slumber. Like a whiplash. So that's why he called us fools. Oh fool, mutamate. So thinking that we will wake up. So we are on that 7th verse. Balastavat krida saktaha Parunastavat taruni saktaha Vruddhastavat chinta saktaha Parame brahmani kopi na saktaha. So Balastavat, during our childhood, we are interested in our toys. Kridasaktaha. So somebody asks, what is wrong in that? Children will be attached to their toys, that is natural. Nothing wrong in that. Definitely not wrong. Children should play. And now, modern way of children play also changed, right? Our time, we used to go out and play. And we get dirty also. But now those things are not there. They are all sitting in their own room in front of the screen. All kinds of computer games they play. Most unhealthy actually. But then that is the way modern life is. So, we are not against the children's playing with toys, but along with that, we have to teach them right values. That makes their life, that is the greatest wealth that parents can give to the child. Money you give, that can be spent in one day. Even if $1 million can be, you go to Las Vegas, it will disappear in no time. So, money you can give, but there is no guarantee that give them security. What gives them real security is the right education and give them that atmosphere to build their character. So that good character alone will pave the way for their bright future. So this is what we have to understand. This is called parenting. Most of you became parent accidentally because suddenly you discovered you have 2-3 children and you don't know what to do with them. And then you came to this country, there is not much help, there are no neighbors, there are no grandparents, nobody there, you are left alone and you have to go to work also. Thanks to pandemic, now you can work from home, but otherwise that was also not possible. Now, how to bring up our children, this is a big science. And I remember one person told me that, Swamiji, before I got married, I have 5 ideas how to bring up a child. Now he has 3 children, he has no ideas, he says. That means when it becomes your child, all principle get vanished. All our ideas, etc., are applicable to other child, not my child. So, and if you start reading about, there are so many workshops going on parenting. There are experts also nowadays for parenting. If you have attended, then you will know. They will brand you that you are this category of parent, that category of parent. Then you start feeling miserable. So whatever interaction you had with your child, that also stops. So that doesn't make any sense. So our Shastra says, so it is said, Lalayet Panchavarshani. Up to 5 years, you should spoil your child with all your love. Because that is the time the mind is interested in what? That parental protection. The mind needs that kind of a protection so that child will feel safe and comfortable. So 5 years we are allowed to spoil the child with all our love and affection, smother them with love. Lalayet Panjavarshani. Then Deshavarshani Tadayet, it is said. So 10 year, after 5th year, another 10 year, you have to discipline. Tadanam is not beating, please. Tadanam here means discipline them. That is where we make mistakes. We continue our lalana after 5 years also. Then what happened? The child will grow wildly. The child will not have any discipline. You look at the parents here, the American parents, they teach the children certain etiquettes, certain discipline. But when it comes to Indian parents, we spoil them unnecessarily. Ek lota beta hai, you give all your love to that child. Whatever the child asks, you start giving them. Then what happened? That way the child gets spoiled. So we have to discipline them. There are certain things. And we have to create an atmosphere also at home, a religious or spiritual atmosphere. So this is in our hands. That is why in Gita Bhagavan said, Yatyad acharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam gurute lokastu tanuvartate. Whatever the Shrestha Purusha does, that alone people will follow. Whatever you speak, they will not bother. Whatever you do, children will follow. But with reference to your home, the parents are the VIPs. Children will look up to them for guidance. What is called, nowadays there are a lot of talks about body language, isn't it? And children will pick up the body language, not what you say. You may say so many things, but they don't pay attention to that. They will pay attention to your body language. That is where we have to correct ourselves. So, it is said in our Shastras that until you have children, you can live a licentious life. But once you have children, you have to be disciplined yourself. Both husband and wife has to be disciplined. Because the child will pick up all our weaknesses. So that's why when you want to fight with each other, of course husband and wife living together, it is not easy, you will have to fight. And if I don't think there is any couple who have not fought. If you have not fought, start doing now. because that will reinforce your relationship. So when you make up, then there is a joy, they say that. But when you want to fight, don't fight in front of your children. Because the moment you do that, immediately the child develops insecurity in the mind. So it is a psychological thing, even the child doesn't know. It gets stored in the subconscious and he will react it later. That's why now if you go to a psychiatrist or psychologist, they will always look at your childhood, isn't it? How was your childhood? So these are all the things that we have given the child to our children. So we have to be careful. If you want to fight, go to your master bedroom, close the door, fight, dhanadhan, come out smiling. So this is a principle you have to follow. Otherwise, we will unconsciously kill our child's psychology. So, the insecurity, the children are facing depression, all these things we never heard when we were growing up. The depression word itself we didn't know. But now, even 3-year-old child was telling me, Swamiji, I am depressed. So I had told the child, Beta, I didn't even know the meaning of depression when I was 3. So, but today they are all going through that. Because of that, the pressure at home and at school, at the peers, all of them, the children are facing so much of pressure. So, we have to understand them, relax them at home, make them feel comfortable at home. They want to be at home. That kind of an atmosphere we have to create, a loving atmosphere. Loving atmosphere means you have to demonstrate your love. It is not that you have love in your mind. That is not enough here in the modern time. You have to demonstrate. So when the child comes from the school, go and hug them and help them to remove their bag, etc. And then ask them, how was your day? Everything okay? Like that, you comfort the child by saying that. And I miss you a lot. I was waiting for you to come. Like this, you have to express it. Then only the child feels comfortable. Not only comfortable, he feels secured. This emotional security is very important. And after 15 years, the child becomes teenager. Then how you should behave. Our Shastra says, if you want to be happy at home, treat him like an adult. He says, be a friend to him. Don't tell him what to not to do this, not negative language, never use it. Because the moment you say don't do it, he will do it. just for the heck of it. That's all. So you do it in a very positive way. All language has to be changed. A friendly way. You have to tell them, beta, if I were you, I would not have done it. I know you are my child, definitely intelligent. And these are the pros, these are the cons, these are the negative aspect of it, these are the positive effect. You decide. And make him take his own decision. And the ball is in his court, he will think. And he will not make mistake. Suppose you tell him, then it will be for your sake he is doing it. It is not his decision. Therefore what happened? He may do it for some time, afterwards he give up. So he will break the rule. So this is the way to handle our children. These are all in our Shastra. So we have to learn our Shastra, then only you will know how to handle our children. In our Upanishad, in Chandogya Upanishad, in the 6th chapter, there is a beautiful conversation between the Uddalaka and Swetaketu. Uddalaka was the father, Swetaketu was the son. And the father noticed that my child is a dropout. He never went to school. He was just sitting there doing nothing at home, and the father noticed that. But he did not scold him or reprimand him. But what is that he just called him one day and said, beta, in our family, nobody was illiterate. They were all educated. Your great-grandfather was a scholar. He has contributed to the society, writing books and teaching people, running a padashala. Then your grandfather was also great. Then, of course, he didn't say his father also great, he didn't say, but everybody was great scholars. Like that he said and left him. Then the boy went and thought about it, and he came back next day morning and said, Dad, take me to school. So he took him and put him in the Gurukulam. Those days, they had to stay in the Gurukulam and study there. And 12 years later, he got graduated and came home. When he came home, he had the pride. It is called Dhyana Garva. When you study, you become PhD, etc., there is a garva. The pride comes to you. I have achieved something. That garva was there, the way he was walking home, walking in the house. And by the time he must have, nowadays the children, how they develop their hair, and then all the places there is some earring, and then what is that? Tattoos everywhere, nail also, long nails, and all that, the way he walks, etc. He noticed that. But he didn't say anything. He just called him one day and said, Beta, did you learn from your teacher that knowledge, knowing which everything is known? The boy looked at the father, typical answer, I don't think my teacher knew it. But that he asked, did you ask of him this knowledge? He said, no, I didn't ask. That he asked, is there anything like that? That knowledge, knowing which everything is known? Is there a knowledge like that? Yes, it is. Then he gave the example also. If you know the clay, all the pots that are made of clay, you will know. The same way, if you know gold, all the ornaments are made of gold, you will know. Same way, he gave many examples. And then, boy looked at him and said, if you know that, please teach me. So that is how the teaching starts. So, and the whole teaching ends with Tattvamasi Mahavakya. It's such a beautiful chapter, how it has started. So, what I am trying to say is, those children, how they should be handled, our teachers have taught us. So, please read those scriptures so that you will know how to handle our own children. These are all there. We have a rich culture, and if you care to look at it, then you will know. And also, you are bringing the children here. Definitely that is a good move. But then they are with us only an hour and a half. Rest of the time they are with you. So, whatever job that we have done, if the atmosphere at home is totally different, then whatever we have sowed inside their mind, it will not fructify. Therefore, it is your duty also to keep that atmosphere at home. At least once a day, at the evening meal, all of you sit together and eat. Don't let the children take the food, go to their room and in front of the TV and watch TV and eat. No. Eat together. And while eating, see that atmosphere is happy. If somebody can tell a joke, you can tell a joke. That also, you know how to tell a joke, then only you should say. Otherwise, don't say. Don't use that opportunity to point fingers at each other, please. So, why? Because these are the moments of happiness that we can share with our family members. And this will go a long way. Have you heard, in all the Hindi movies, twins. The twins get lost in a mela, isn't it? That is a famous, most of the Hindi movies are all like that only. So the twins get lost in the mela, and then afterwards what happened? They grew up, one grew up as a dacoit or a what you call smuggler, another grew up as an inspector of police. Like that they will grow up, and then finally what happened? In another mela, one person starts singing a song from one side, another starts singing the balance of the song from the other side, and then singing, they meet each other. This is how they discover, they are brothers, isn't it? How? Childhood memory. So, the childhood memory is very important for the growth of the child's emotion. So, we have to supply that. In modern education, they are worried about the physical growth. Physical growth, now, what nutrition is to be taken, what are to be avoided, what exercise is to be done, and then put them, if we are putting them in the, what you call, taekwondo and karate, and all these places we take them. And all the sports also we make them. Children are tired, but still we push them. All these things we do. Intellectually also, we tell the child, you should get the first, A plus, etc., everything straight, A, all the topics, etc., we tell them. Intellectually also we feed, physically also we feed. In between there is one equipment that we have, that is emotion. We disregard that. That's why our children are like robots. They have no emotion, because we have not given them that support. The emotional support is very important, because only then, like our Gurudev used to say, if the bird has to fly, it has to develop both the wings. Only then it can fly. So our mind and intellect both are like two wings of our character, and unless both are developed, the child will not be able to take off. So that education has to be given. It is in our hand, that is starting from childhood. Okay. Then tarunastavat taruni saktaha. Tarunastavat taruni saktaha. When you are a youngster, the attachment is to your girlfriend. Yes. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, in our Shastra, is there a mention about dating? I said, there was no need. By the time you thought of dating, you already got married. So there was no problem. This dating, all that thing started only now. Because the children, the marriageable age has increased, isn't it? 30, 32, not out. Still going on. So that is why dating become important. Now, what is this dating? Tell me. We want to get to know each other. Aha, very good. Wonderful. That's why going steady 2 years. Then only they decide to get married. How can you just not knowing that person, just get married just because the parents agreed? How is that possible? Don't we have the duty to know the person whom we have to live the whole life together? Should we not know? This is the argument children give. Now I asked one youngster, you go and ask your parents, father or mother, how long they were married. They will tell you 25 years we are married. Ask them, do you know, you ask your mother, do you know my father very well? She will say, I wish I knew him. There are certain times, I don't know what happened to him. The same thing the father also will tell about mother, isn't it? Even though you live together 20, 25 years, still you cannot make out each other, isn't it? Why? It is not your fault, because human being nature is like that. We are dynamic people. We change our likes and dislikes. Yesterday what we liked, today we may not like. So you think that he liked yesterday, you make the same curry or a dish. He said, no, yesterday I liked it, today I don't like it, isn't it? So these likes and dislikes keep changing. That is the dynamics of the human mind. So there is nothing wrong in that. We are not telling that. So don't think that just because you are meeting this guy, that also dating time, what happened? Each one is trying to please other, isn't it? So they will put up their best personality, smiling all the time. And also they dress up also very well, made up and all that. They go And they also, where they meet, in a spaghetti house or some coffee shop they meet, where the lights are dim. You cannot see each other properly also. And such a place, always smiling, smiling, you go and meet, you cannot judge a person. You can judge a person only when you rub him at the wrong place. Then you know it. Make him angry. Then you see the choicest words come out of him. Isn't it? Or make him drink. Then he lose all his reservations. These are the two methods you have to use. I tell our youth, these are the methods to test the person, find out how he is, the personality. Otherwise, what will happen? Smiling, smiling, you think that this fellow is a good guy. Then after getting married, then only all reservation goes. Each one show their real nature. Then only I didn't know you have this. Then they say, then slowly they say, the magic is not working. Let us decide to separate, isn't it? This is how it's happening. So, this is not, I am not against what dating or anything, but don't depend upon that. That is what the main point is. Don't depend that you are going to judge this person and you will decide. Not like that. So, we have to think about so many aspects of it, only then we should get into it. So, there are so many points to be considered before getting involved in a marriage, etc. Because you have to live with this person so many, whole lifetime. So, you should think before you jump. So, tarunastavat taruni saktaha. Vriddhastavat chinta saktaha. When you become old, that is always we spend our time in regrets. Regrets of the past. So that's why an old man, you asking, how are you, Baba? Then he will start telling about 1942 onwards. So, all regrets, I should have done that, I should have done this. So, that, the chinta sakta, but Bhagavan says, parame brahmani kopi na sakta. Alas, nobody ever think of the Lord. Isn't it? We will think of God only when we have any problem. That also we try everything. Last moment only we will think. That's why they say, when you have sickness, now we'll try allopathy. Then somebody say homeopathy is better. Then that also doesn't work. Naturopathy we go. That also doesn't work. Sympathy. That also doesn't work. Tirupati. Tirupati, Govindo, Govinda, you will go. Isn't it? So this is how we go. So, Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktaha. Okay, up to seventh verse, the attempt was to wake us up. Now, having woken up, you should tell him what to do. Otherwise, it will be a problem. He was sleeping all right, but then if you unnecessarily wake him up and you don't tell him what to do, that is more dangerous. So Bhagavan knew that. So now he says the 8th verse, Kate kanta kaste putraha samsaro yamativa vichitraha. Kasya tvam kah kuta ayata tattvam chindaya tadiha bhrataha. Kate kanta. Who is your wife? Start thinking. Right? What is there to think, Swami? Yesterday I introduced her. She is my wife. What is there to think about it? No, 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 no. You have to start thinking, what? Kate Kanta. Who is your wife? Okay, suppose I ask you who is your wife, what will you say? You just say, I introduced you yesterday, that is my wife. No, no, no. I am asking you. Before she became your wife, where was she? She was with her father, isn't it? Okay, before she became the daughter of her father, where was she? Even she doesn't know. Nobody knew. So, from where have we come? Where we are going? These two things are completely blocked. Same way, kaste putraha. Children also come through us. They don't belong to us really. Because they have come with their own package of vasanas, bundle of vasanas. They have come to exhaust their vasanas. We are only giving them an opportunity or an atmosphere, that is all. That's why two children at home, two different aptitude, isn't it? One like this, one doesn't like this. One like Indian food, another doesn't like Indian food. And one want to be engineer, another want to be a doctor. Third one, if you have, he want to be a dropout. What can you do? So these are all they have come through us to exhaust their own vasanas. Kaste putraha samsaroyam ativa vichitraha. I am asking you one question and you are answering differently. This samsara is really wonderful. Why? Because you look at this marriage institution. Stop and start thinking about this marriage itself. You grew up somewhere and she also grew up somewhere else. And suddenly in a wedlock, after tying the Mangala Sutra, Mangalya Tandunanena Mamajivana Vibhushana, with all these mantras Panditji chanting, you tie the Mangala Sutra. After tying the Mangala Sutra, then what happened? The whole attitude changes, isn't it? The husband's attitude changes towards her, her attitude changes towards him. Completely. Isn't it? What is this magic? Think about it. Unknown to you, she grew up somewhere. Unknown to her, you grew up somewhere. Suddenly, one moment of time in your lifetime, whole life changes. Is it not wonderful indeed? This samsara. This is what Bhagavan says. Samsaroyam ativa vichitraha. Kasyatvam. Who are you? Kahkuta ayataha. From where have you come? Tattvam chintaya tatiha prataha. See, the language changes. Now he calls us brother. So far he was calling us fool. Now you start thinking. Then he says, Prata. Oh brother, start thinking like this. How? Kasyatvam. Who are you? Kahatvam. Who are you? Swamiji, I am Subramanya, Ganesha. This is me. You have come to this world declaring you are Subramanya Ganesha. No. You came as an innocent child and in the cradle some mama or uncle or auntie gave you the name, isn't it? Here 24 hours you have to come up with a name. You didn't have a choice. That's why coming to America people change their name also, isn't it? Subramaniam become Monian, Ganeshan become Ganson, Padmanabhan become Peter. Different names. Krishnamurti become Chris. That means you are not your name. Then you say, I am an engineer, a doctor. That also, you went to university, studied, you become a professional in this field or that field. That also, after a certain time, certain situation in the society, this particular profession doesn't give you enough money. So what happened? You want to change. You can change also. I remember one doctor, one surgeon in Pennsylvania was telling me that, Swamiji, I make lot of money, but the problem is the lawyers are suing me left and right. Because they hire the profession, hire the yield, the dangers are there, isn't it? So, then what happened? He thought, let me change my profession. He became a lawyer and now he is suing all the other doctors. So, this way you can change your profession also. So, that means you are not the profession. Then who are you? Then he said, I am Hindu, Christian, Muslim. This is my religion. This is what I am. That also not permanent, isn't it? People can change. Our Gurudev used to say, there are only two categories of Hindus in the whole world. Those who were Hindus, those who are Hindus. All of them are born Hindus. Afterward, they are baptized or Mamudis or whatever it is. So they become either Christian or Muslim. But children who are born, they are all born Hindus. The whole world. Think about it. That's all Gurudev's statements. So beautiful to think. Anyway, that also not permanent. You can change. So who are you? That which is continuously changing, your emotions are changing. Yesterday's emotion is not today's emotion. Yesterday you considered you love this person, today you hate that person. Emotion keep changing. Intellectual ideas and ideologies also changes according to circumstances. So, what is that in you never changes? Start thinking. This is what Shankaracharya says, start thinking about it. That which is continuously changing cannot be you. That which is never changes, stay with you continuously, that is your real identity. Realize that. Inquire into the nature of that. Own it and enjoy rest of your life. This is what the idea is. Kate kanta kaste putraha samsaro yamativa vichitraha kasyatvam kah kuta ayataha. From where have we come? Do we know? Before our birth, where were we? Then where are we going after death? That also we don't know. Both are blocked. Tattvam chintaya tatiha prataha. So start thinking about this in this life, iha, in this life. Don't postpone this. Because this life is given to us to inquire this only. Otherwise, but then what happens is when a person is thinking independently, you may not get the right result. Because some people think, Shankaracharya is asking us to think. Okay, we start thinking. Then what happened? After thinking it so long, we come to the wrong conclusion. That is what happens. It is something like, when you go to the village, Indian villages, old houses are there. there you enter the house, that ceiling will be, very low. So you start bending down from 10 steps before. Then slowly bending down. At the right point, you get up and hit the ceiling. So this is after taking so much of precaution. Then what happened? We do the wrong thing. I remember a joke, it's, oh, relax, this is a joke. In Kerala, there are Nambodiris. Nambodiris are intelligent people, very smart people, but at the same time, they are mixed with little foolishness. It is a peculiar mix. Foolishness with intelligence and innocence also. One Nambudiri boy was sitting in his balcony. In veranda, he was sitting down and watching. A bull used to come and graze. That bull had a horn, a peculiar horn, a round horn. He was watching it for a long time. Then one day what happened? He jumped upon this bull, tried to put his head in between the horns. And the bull got frightened. He jumped and then threw him down. And this boy broke his rib and limping, he was coming to the house. The whole scene was watched by his father from the balcony. He got so angry, he came and then caught hold of his ears and said, "Hey!" He got so angry, even though they are angry, they cannot tell bad words. So he said, "Why don't you think? Alochikante. Why don't you think?" The boy wiped his tears, looked at his father and said, "I was thinking about it for the last 18 days. What? My head will go inside the horn or not?" This was he was thinking. Now after thinking 18 days, what is the result? Foolish result, isn't it? So, if you think like that, I will tell you how to think. Now, if you don't get answers on your independently thinking, then what you should do? That's the next verse. Satsangatve nissangatvam nissangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivan mukti. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Muthamate Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nagi Nagi Rakshati Dukran Karane. Nischala Tattve, you have to read it reverse, then only you will get the point. The goal of life is Jivan Muktihi. Jivan Mukti means while living, liberated. But Swamiji, I am not interested in liberation. These scriptures talk about it all the time, liberation. Mahatmas also, they have no other job, they keep on talking about liberation. And some of them advertise also saying that, "Come to me, I will give you moksha." They have some formula also, shortcut to liberation. And people line up also to go there and pay some money and get the formula. Chant this mantra for so many years, and suddenly moksha will come. Like that. And we get hooked up on that. Anyway, these are all business. But here, moksha is, Bhagavan here says, moksha is our goal. Everybody, whether you like it or not, all of us want moksha. Isn't it? Think about it. Suppose my lecture is boring. The moment I say Purnamada Purnamidam, you feel moksha, isn't it? If our relationship become tensed, then what is that? We want to separate moksha. So we are all the time seeking what? Freedom. It is not that now, Swamiji, we are in a free country. It is not that political freedom, or economic freedom, or social freedom. These are all there, but still we are not free. How? Physically we are not free. We are conditioned, isn't it? Because physically you are here, you cannot be other place. Only one place you can be. You want to be everywhere, but you can't. Physically we are limited. And that is why sometimes you look at somebody else, you admire that person. There are people who eats everything, but nothing happened to them. But you smell food, you put on weight. So there are situations like that. You start admiring that person. I wish I had that body. You always think. But what to do? You are stuck with this body, with all its limitations. So we are conditioned by limited by our physical capacity also. And then you see the acrobats doing so many things in the Olympics and all that, you see, what? You start admiring them. But you cannot even stand up properly. That is the situation. So physically you look at it, we have so many limitations. So there is no freedom physically. Emotionally, are you free? There also we have limitations, isn't it? I like someone, I don't like someone. Swamiji, don't even mention his name in front of me. That is one favor I ask you. What? Don't even mention his name. That much anger, isn't it? So we are not able to love everybody equally. So this emotional freedom is not there. We are conditioned. Intellectually also we are limited. We are not able to study everything in this world. Under the sky, there are so many things are there to study. When we were growing up, we had only few subjects to study. So we are limited, good. But now children have got so many choices. Every branch of knowledge has got so many departments, isn't it? So what the children do? First year in the college, they start sampling out every semester, one item. Then by the time they decide, already it is halfway through the college. Then hurriedly they pick up a subject and then finish it somehow. That is how they come. This intellectually also we are limited. That when it comes to our ego, definitely limited. So where is the freedom? Tell me. We are all say, I have freedom. What freedom? You don't have freedom at home, then where can you have freedom? That's why whenever you ask something to your husband, to this man, he will say, घर में पूछ के बोलेंगे. You know, you have to ask at home. Then only he can tell an answer. Why? He doesn't have freedom to think. We think that we have freedom to think. No. We are all brainwashed by media. Why are you looking at WhatsApp and YouTube all the time? We are getting addicted to it. Why? Whatever they are bombarding with news. And we get influenced by that, their opinion. We repeat. And we think that we are scholars in that field. No, we are repeating somebody's opinion, not your own. So we are not even allowed to think independently. Yeah, this was the greatness of our rishis. They had that great privilege of thinking independently. That's why they could contribute so much to the society. But today, the society tell you how to think. Not that we say what to think. No. It's even freedom to think also we don't have. So what are we talking about freedom? But all the time, why don't you settle there and live like this? Ye to jindagi hai. Like that, why don't you live like that? No. Because we want freedom. We resist that. That is called samsara. This resistance to this freedom, resistance to bondage is called the struggle. And that struggle, knowingly, unknowingly, we are doing it. That is why whatever you do, there is a dissatisfaction lurking inside our mind. You may achieve so many things. So when you came to this country, you made a list, you have tick marked everything. Now you have fulfilled all your list. Whatever list you had, you have fulfilled everything. You should be satisfied. No. Now what? So what? That question comes. Why? Because internally, subconsciously, we have not contented ourselves. That contentment has not come. When it will come? Only when you fulfill the desire of that complete freedom. This state, in spite of our shortcomings, in spite of physical limitation, emotional limitation, intellectual limitation, all limitation, in spite of all that, you discover that inner freedom, then you will not be disturbed of anything. That state, we call it as Jivan Mukti. And our Shastra says that is your real nature. Discover that and own it and enjoy it. So this Jivan Mukti comes only when there is Nischala Tattva. With regards to our path, our goal in life, we have to have a definite path, a definite idea. So we have short goals, immediate goals are there, then short goals are there, then permanent goals, long goals. Like that, different goals are there in our life, isn't it? Immediate goals, short-term goals, then permanent goals, like this. But what is that thing that we should know in our life? That we have to decide. What is that thing that worth spending time? Worth wasting time, whatever you said. What is that? For that, we should have a definite idea. Otherwise, whole life will be nibbling the grass. Oh, wo bhi chalega, ye bhi chalega, like that. Keep on nibbling the grass, but we will never go deep into any topic. So that's called Nischala Tattvam, firm decision. When that firm decision is there, mind gets settled. Otherwise, mind keep on changing. That's why whatever advertisement you see in the YouTube, etc., then you go for it. But then what happens? After walking that path sometime, you get frustrated, you then look for something else. Why that whole life is spent like that? It will not help. Nischala Tattvam comes only Nirmoha. Nirmoha means what? Free from delusion. Say, in Bhagavatam it is said, human beings only have 3 problems. We have only 3 problems. Swamiji, no, we have so many problems. No, only 3 problems. What are they? One is called Shoka. Another is Moha. Third one is Bhaya. Shoka, Moha, Bhaya. See, our rishis have analyzed how beautifully these things. It's all in our Shastra. In Bhagavatam, Sukamarshi gives this to Parishit Maharaj. See, we have only 3 problems. Shokam is always related to our past. Isn't it? Thinking about our past, so much regrets are there, isn't it? Think about it. Now all of you must be regretting that when you go back to India and see the progress in India, you regret, I should have stayed back there only, isn't it? Especially when you go there, you see your friends enjoying the luxuries. 4 servants. One chauffeur-driven car, and chauffeur is there for driving car. Another is for buying vegetable, there is a servant. Cutting vegetable, there is one. Cooking, there is one. Serving somebody else. Like cleaning the house, another one. Like this, so many people are to help. And all these ladies sitting at home managing these servants. And one servant gets sick, she is completely confused what to do. I am not talking about yourself. Even Swamis like us also, when we go to India and look at the Swamis enjoying there, we also feel jealous. The other day, I spent one night in the Delhi ashram, and that Swami there, he has got 4 servants. I said, Swami, to look after one Swami, why you want 4 people? He said, no, 4 is not even. I'm thinking of getting one more person, he said. Now, this is the luxury they have. Think about it. Here you look at it, I have to do everything. I don't have servants. So, I have to drive myself. Nobody is come to drive me at all. So, look at those things. We have regrets. I should have remained there, isn't it? Now, India is progressing. Better salary, better perks. People are so rich that they don't know what to do with the money. That's why somebody went from here and went to a sari shop, and she was bargaining with the shopkeeper. The sari, kya hai? 5 lakhs rupees for one sari, what is this? And he asked her, are you from America? Because local people doesn't bargain. They pay. Only people go from here, we are poor compared to them. So, the shoka. Then bhayam, future. Bhayam is always related to future. What will happen to future? Swamiji, there is going to be a recession. The way Trump is going, we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. That also Elon Musk, what is he going to do? Our job is safe or not, we don't know. That kind of fear will be there. Future. So fear of the future, regrets of the past, both of them come and disturb you in the present moment. That state of mind is called delusion, moha. We are confused. That state is called moha. So these are the three problems all human being faces. For Bhagavan, he says that nirmoha. Now how do you get to that state of nirmoha? Nissanga. Nissanga means detachment. Now, this is a word very mostly in the whole world they have misunderstood this word. Nissanga means detachment. Detachment means we think it is vairagya. Vairagya means what? Useless. That's why all of you sympathize with Swamis also. Poor thing, he cannot enjoy anything. That is not called Nissangaha, please. Nissangaha means maturity. Matured. Like a child who is attached to his toys in the beginning. As he grow up, he will get attached to what? Not toys, something else, like motorbike or sports car, etc. He may get attached to that. But when he grow up, he get attached to his wife and children. Then after children, wife, everything grow up, then what happened? He attached to himself, isn't it? Until then, he never know how to live. He start thinking about himself. So anyway, so this is not a detachment, please. Detachment means what? Growing out of it. In order to grow out of it, you have to live intelligently. Most of us live what? Mechanically. Isn't it? We go through life. Mechanically we go through life. That's why if you ask anybody, how are you? Chalta hai. Getting on, pulling on. Isn't it? This is the answer. Could be better. Why? Because we go through life mechanically. Every day, Monday to Friday, mechanical life. Saturday, Sunday also become mechanical. That's why, at least Americans, they get out of the house and go for some vacation. You people don't do that also. Why spend money unnecessarily? Ghar mein dal roti kha ke baithenge. Watch some Hindi movies. This is the only vacation you have, relaxation you have. And movie also suffering only sometimes, most of the time. उधर भी पैसा दे के रोक के आते हैं. क्या है? I don't know. Why you have to pay money and cry for crying? But that's what it is. बोलते हैं entertainment. क्या है entertainment? You don't even know. So this how to live intelligently and consciously. When you start living consciously, then only you will learn lesson from experiences. We go through experiences, but we don't learn from them. This is very important because, see, the Shankaracharya writes in his commentary, in his Brahma Sutra introduction, Bhashya, he writes that a cow, when it passed through a green grass, it doesn't see it is neighbor's land or anything. He jumped the fence and go and graze. And when that owner of that grass comes, he start beating the cow and drive the cow out. Next day morning, if the cow passes through that way, he will not think that yesterday I got beating, I should not go there. He will not think. He will again jump. This is called mechanical life. That we not, when it comes to cow, we can appreciate that it is an animal, it doesn't have common sense. But we also become like this. We don't have that common sense to absorb life experiences and learn from it. And this is what we have to do. This is where the detachment here means growth, maturity. That maturity we should have. This comes only from where? Satsanga. So satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi. So satsanga means what? Company of great people, Mahatmas. That is called satsanga. Only in satsang, Tulsidaji says in Ramayana, Binu satsang vivek na hoi. Without satsang, vivek will not come. So, why only in satsang you get inspired to live a higher life, and you feel wretched about your own life, and you decide to live a noble life. That happened only in satsanga. So, Narada is a character you must have heard in our Puranas. He was an aggressive missionary. His job was kenapi margena manakrishne nivedayet. Somehow you bring the mind to Bhagavan, by hook or crook. So he plays a mischief role also. But his intention is to bring the mind of the devotee to Bhagavan. So this Narada had one doubt. He asked Bhagavan, what is the efficacy of satsang? What is the greatness of satsang? So Bhagavan told him, you go and see that squirrel. He will tell you what is the greatness of satsang. So Narada went and addressed the squirrel. What is the greatness of satsang? Tell me. The squirrel looked at Narada for some time, blinked its eyes, then fell down dead. Now Narada didn't get the answer. He came back, Bhagavan, this is what happened. I didn't get the answer. What to do? Bhagavan said, do one thing. Now you go to the parrot. He will tell you. He went to the parrot. Parrot also died. Now again he came back and asked, now what to do? He said, now go and ask the horse. He went to the horse. Horse also died. He came back again to Bhagavan. Bhagavan, I still didn't get the answer. I made 3 trips back and forth. Bhagavan said, now you go to Kashi Raja. He just got a child, a boy. He will tell you the answer. Now Narada was hesitant. See, so far it was animals and birds. They died okay. Nobody is going to complain. But if I go and ask the child also died, then what happens? The Raja will be after me. I will not take that risk. I am not going. Bhagavan said, no, this time you will get definitely the answer. So he went and addressed the child. Beta, tell me, what is the greatness of satsang? So this boy opened his eyes and cleared his throat and said, Bhagavan, I was that squirrel. With your blessings, I became parrot. Again you came and blessed me. I became a horse. Again you came and blessed me. Now I am promoted to human life. Not only that, I am the prince. This is the greatness of satsang. So unconsciously, we gain blessing in the mere presence of great Mahatmas. So that is also one thing. And it is not it is not possible for us to be in the company of great people, but what they have written, the books that they have contributed to the society, read that. That becomes satsanga. The stories of great bhaktas, we have so many great devotees are there in our country. Read their stories. That will inspire to live at least one portion of their life. At least 1% of their life, if you are able to live, you are blessed. This is satsanga. Satsanga also means not company of the good alone. The companionship you should have. Company and companionship, there is a lot of difference. You may be with the company of great people, you will not even realize their greatness. Arjuna was in the company of Krishna so many years that he never realized his greatness until Mahabharata war. Only in the war front, he realized he needs some guide, some expert opinion. Therefore he asked, Chami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yashreyasya nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham chadimam tvam prapannam. Consider me as your disciple and teach me what is my dharma. So, the companionship is totally different. The companionship comes only when whatever that Mahatma teaching, whatever that great person's teaching becomes your understanding, assimilated understanding. Only then decide to live that path, walk that path. Then only companionship is complete. Therefore, here the advice Shankaracharya gives is satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatattvam, nischalatattve jivan mukti. Okay. I think my time is over, right? Yeah, thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Harihi Om.
Swamiji.